Hi, I'm Luke, and today I want to talk about my values personally. So, I was raised a Christian. Um, Now, I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to use the label religious because I don't view Christianity as a religion. I view it as it's a lifestyle, it's a relationship. And you hear that a lot from Christians, and some people who don't like Christians may roll their eyes and go, "Oh, great, they're just using the same old propaganda. They're using the same old phraseology." But no, 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 that's legitimate, and I hate that you know Christianity is portrayed like that because a lot of people use the phraseology. It's like, hey, like it's a relationship, you know what I mean? But then they're a totally different person. Um, they're a totally different person when they're out of the public eye. When they're out of the public eye, and they're interacting with people on a day-to-day basis, they don't hold true to those values at all. You know what I'm saying? So it really is a relationship, and even though there's bad apples, there it is a relationship with Christ. And ever since I was a little kid, I was raised Christian, obviously, and that's how that's typically how you become exposed to Christ. A lot of the times, is you're raised like that, but my parents taught me a lot of very valuable lessons. Even as a kid, I was like, even though it was a concept kind of beyond my understanding, like to have a creator who's all powerful, who you can't see and can't fully understand, being a limited human being, it always made sense to me because everything is so meticulously designed down to the smallest detail. Everything follows particular patterns. It just, that we're not here by mistake. So I always believed in God. Even as I got older in my faith, I started questioning things and I started wanting to do things my own way. I had to learn my own hard lessons, and that's how I know that I truly do believe it, because even when I strayed and I went my own direction and made a lot of mistakes, I came back and I realized what I truly believe, you know. And then I realized truly what the most important values to live your life by are, in my opinion, are integrity, honesty, which go hand in hand, unconditional love, forgiveness, and patience. Um, you have to have self-control too. But the most important one, in my opinion, is integrity. And then I think like that also has a lot to do with people who claim to be Christian but aren't living their lives right. You know what I'm saying? For example, I used to be the kind of person who would claim to be a Christian, you know what I mean? But then I was out doing things I shouldn't be doing, partying, drinking, uh, messing around with people. There was promiscuity was a real big issue, you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, that was a really big issue for me, and it felt validating. And it was because I was dealing with my own insecurities, so I was able to justify it in my mind. I'm like, I'm young, I can get away with it for now, but integrity is a big integrity is a big thing to think about in those situations, because I'm a Christian and I'm portraying myself to be this thing, but who am I when no one's watching? You know what I mean? Am I really saved? Do I really have a relationship with God? Like when the at the end of the day, like, am I really serving my highest purpose? Because you can portray yourself as one thing, but if you have no integrity, then you're just the kind of person who doesn't really have that. With no integrity, this person has no substance. You know what I mean? They're just kind of just trying to get by. And in reality, they have no established identity. They have no established moral code or character. And you're not serving yourself, and you're not definitely not serving others. You're definitely not fulfilling that relationship with God that you should be having. And I think that in order to establish a legitimate identity, and in order to establish a genuine sense of self and purpose, you have to have integrity. Because a person with integrity knows who they are, not just when other people are watching. You know what I mean? They're not just trying to please others. They're not just trying to get by and work people the way they need to. No, they're the same person when they're around others, and they're same people when they go home. You know what I mean? They're honest about their shortcomings, and they're honest about their strengths as well, and because they know that they've genuinely established those things. And I think that if anybody is wondering, I think you honestly should focus on having integrity, because having integrity means you're a reliable person, because you know who you are, other people know who you are, and you're not afraid to be honest about the places where you're weak as well as the places where you're strong. So I think a person with integrity knows who they are, and a person with integrity is strong enough to admit. A person with integrity is strong enough to do the right thing at all times, because they know where their heart is, and they know what's important. So, yeah, that's my view on integrity.